see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, you're right. Most of my 2 minutes is up. You're right. You are absolutely right. Hopefully, peace will be restored in this chat. Hopefully, the people that was just here for some bullshit, they're done. And we can get back to Team Rob. I'm going to give people time to come in here because I did say that I was going to come in 2 minutes, but I'd start talking to my brother for a second about this very story that we're about to talk about. And so I'm going to give people time. Let's see if we get to 1,000 again. See if we get to 1,000 again and deal with this real shit. What's up, Cree Hampton, Miss Mello, Brother Dylan, Goddess Ayana, Mad Love, John Doe, Hitman J, Mad Love, Vote for Me. Trolls may be in here, but goddamn it, we have to deal with it, goddamn it. Nubian Khaleesi, Mad Love. We're going to talk about that, Savannah, Georgia. We're going to talk about that because I do have some questions. As they say, shit ain't really adding up exactly for me. What's up, Stacy, King P, Tierra, Black Dot Warrior, Tamika? What is up? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that Nick Cannon shit. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. I'm glad you even mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned that. Don't let me forget. We're gonna deal with this propaganda, then we'll deal with C-Stars. I got you, bro. You say you can handle being a mod, there you go. There you go, because it might be some bullshit in here. I don't know. But then we're going to deal with Nick Cannon and his interview with Brother Rizza. We'll be dealing with that. We're going to deal with both things. Anybody mentioning Cynthia in any type of way, just block them. Mods, just block them. I'm not about to answer any questions. Just block them. Anybody talking crazy or wild, just block them. You know, let people. It's almost like you know, it's motherfuckers already making videos about that. They already talking about sin. Y'all can go watch that. Just go watch them. Go watch them. They already doing it. So y'all do that. We in here cleaning it up. We cleaning it up. Mad love, Victoria Valentine. Mad love to you for riding with a brother for years. I think the trolls may be gone. They may be back. You know how trolls are. They ain't got shit else to do. They ain't got nothing else to do. So wait till you see these real numbers, though. 175 in here right now. Had over 1,000 on the last one. Mad love, Cosmic Warrior. I may. Stacey said I may get some new fans. I may. If they actually come listen to my content instead of just judging me, you know. They actually come listen to what I'm actually saying, you know, they may. But you know, it's black folk. We can get into some Kamal if you want to. After we gotta deal with this guy's name who, let me make sure I'm getting his name right. Jussie Smollet. We're gonna get into this first. First and foremost, Mad love to Xander putting some money on the motherfucking books. Putting some money on the motherfucking books. Mad love to you. Says make sure y'all subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content. Exactly, Xander. Exactly. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit that bell. I think I've given people. I'm giving about 1 more minute and we'll get started. Terry Crews, if you ask me about Terry Crews, just wait. I'm gonna open it up. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna go through this because it's already 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. We'll go through this. We're gonna deal with Nick Cannon, and then if y'all got questions, then we can deal with that. Because I did talk about Terry Crews already on my show that was called "What's So Toxic About Masculinity." Brett, that is a good point. That is a good point. Y'all just wanting to donate to the super chat, just know that YouTube, I don't know, they be bullshitting with the super chat. If you want to donate to the cause, check the description box. I see some videos, some of my motherfuckers is like, that's all you do is take donations to get paid. Like, no, nigga, no. But links in the description box, donate through via Patreon or through my Cash App. We're gonna talk about that when we're dealing with Nick. Victoria Valentine. That's the Nick Cannon story right there. What you talking about? Because I'm here to help. Mad love to you. Channel Virgo says I've been subscribed for years. You even answer my email with some advice. Always respect for you. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I mean, regardless of what anybody say about me, I actually give a fuck about y'all. That's all it is to it. Aunt Life, my eyes are fine. I told you I wasn't wearing the shades because my eyes was hurting. I wasn't. I was just, sometimes I wear them. That's all. My eyes good though. They was fucked up for a little while. About 3 weeks they was really fucked up. But then after that, I just like wearing the shades sometimes. My eyes was a little low sometimes, you know, shit like that. So you know, I just wear them for because I want to. That's all. Channel Virgo, thank you for correcting me. Lion L, thank you. A lot of people don't want to realize I have been spitting facts for years. Nobody want to pay me no attention. I'm assuming now, based on what I'm hearing, is because I have tattoos and I wear hats backwards sometimes. So, and I got kids I take care of. So that's why people don't really want to listen to me. And that's fine. We're going to start with this fucking story coming out of Chicago about Empire actor Jussie Smollet. Now, I'm reading an update of the story saying they don't have any, they don't have footage showing him being attacked, which is what's causing everybody to be like, yo, did you really get attacked? Did you really? But it's being said that, you know, he was walking as a rich man, just walking, strolling down the streets of Chicago, going to a sandwich shop, and 2 white assailants jumped out, called him a homosexual slur, and called him the would-be N-word, and put a rope around his neck and poured some chemical on him, and he walked back to his crib. Now listen. I can't put myself in his mind. He was assaulted, a rope put around his neck. I'm trying to get down to what he actually said. They were yelling, "Make America Great Again." I got to deal with this thing on 2 sides. The first side is at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not walking nowhere. And this is, you know, I'm not walking nowhere in an area I'm not familiar with no heat. No heat. Sharonda, you're absolutely right. They said he had broken ribs. I don't know how he walked back home, but we're gonna deal with that. I don't know how he walked back to the crib. But you walk in the streets with no protection. And I don't give a damn if you in Chicago or you in motherfucking Mayberry. A lot of y'all may not understand that reference because maybe it was a bunch of white folk. Anyway, if you're around a bunch of white folk, you need to not be walking nowhere if you're black. But you are a rich black man, no bodyguards, no protection, and you become a victim of a hate crime. They break your ribs, put a noose around your neck, and you walk back to the house. But they don't have any footage of it at all. That's a little suspect to me. When I was sent this story, people are saying that, well, you know, the black community, in particular, this toxic masculinity, created the environment for these people, for these white supremacists to come out here and attack a black homosexual male. Of course, blame the black man and his toxic masculinity for even creating a climate where people would even be homophobic. Now, here's the thing about black people, folk, that we do, because I'm not fully buying the story as he's telling it that way. Like how, you know, I don't know how you go through that and just walk back to the crib. You know, I don't know how you go through that and walk back to the crib. But here's what I can say: to take the attention, because this is what like black folk like to do. Right, somebody said it's very difficult to walk with broken ribs. You can't hardly breathe. Especially when I'm puncture your lung or some crazy shit like that. You can't even breathe. But he made it to the house. Strong brother, I assume, you know. But we can't really keep focus on white supremacy and their terrorism because we always want to turn it back around on ourselves. We do not hold the white supremacists accountable. And that's my problem with this story. That's one of my main problems is, well, why are we turning it back around on black men and toxic masculinity and homophobia, as opposed to holding the would-be white supremacists accountable completely? We don't need to be shifting any of the attention. If they really attacked him, then we need to be holding them accountable. Period. And stop acting like this is some rare shit that they may would have done. They've been sitting around shooting up their own all last week or all this week even into. They've been running around shooting their own people. This is what they do. This is what they've been known to do. Now it's toxic masculinity and the homophobic black community, as opposed to white supremacists stay terrorizing somebody for whatever reason they decide to do it. They terrorize their own as well, murder their own as well. The rhetoric should never be shifted from that. And if you're a black person, you see the rhetoric getting shifted from that, then you know somebody on some bullshit. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments in a minute about this story. Then you must know that somebody is on some bullshit. Even if they black or woke or conscious or whatever they're deeming themselves, then you have to understand that somebody is on some complete and utter bullshit. And they're trying to spin the narrative in whatever way they want to and take the eyes off these terrorizing ass white man and his mama now. I'm gonna read some of y'all's comments about this story. Y'all post your comments now. Wait, I sound shook. Why would I be shook? I don't get that. But y'all post comments now about sir. I know. I've seen people saying that you can't be walking back to the house. They had to tell him to go to the hospital. That's what they said. I'm gonna make sure I get this right. His manager was back at the crib, and he had to tell him to go to the hospital. He had to tell him. Man, you don't accidentally have broke ribs and you don't know it. He went to Northwestern Memorial Hospital after police advised him to do so. So it wasn't his the homie at his crib. It was police told him. Once he called the cops, they told him to go to the hospital. So not only did he make it back home, he called the police. He was able to wait for them to get there, and then they had to tell him to go to the hospital. If you are asking these questions right now, if you are not trusting the story right now, other black people will shame you. That's what's happening right now. If you have any questions about this, other black people will come in and try to shame you for even asking questions. This is why the media can typically get anything over on us, because we don't want to question the media. We don't want to question the story, especially if somebody black is involved. We don't want to question anything. Diamond Graham says his motive is to get 45 out of the White House. That ain't gonna work. If that's his motive, somebody should have told him that ain't gonna work. If all this shit coming out about Donald Trump and these goddamn Russians ain't gonna work, two random ass white racists attacking a black man, that ain't gonna work. Somebody needs to give this motherfucker a history lesson. You see what I'm saying? That ain't attack that's about to work to get Donald Trump out of the White House. You wow. Nemo talking about gay BDSM role playing going wrong. Shit, I don't know. But the story ain't tight. That's all. That's what I know. The story is not tight. With no footage of anything happening. Mika B says his ribs were not punctured, only fractured, right? I see the correction. I think what you're trying to say is his ribs didn't puncture his lungs. Your ribs can't necessarily be punctured. His ribs, unless you're talking about them puncturing his lung. And in this story, hold on, let me scan through it one more time. Making sure I'm seeing exactly what's happening with the rib. Because in this story, they don't even mention the ribs. I'll make sure. I read the ribs somewhere else. Now, based on this is all, I'm just throwing a maybe out there. It says when officers arrived, the actor had cuts and scrapes on his face and the rope around his neck that he said was put there by the assailant, he said. The 36-year-old later went to the hospital because police advised him to do so. It don't say anything about his ribs here. So maybe in this revised story, his ribs really won't broke, puncture, fractured, or nothing. I'm saying puncture like you did. You got me saying this shit. They weren't fractured or broken. Based on this story. This is from the... Yeah. Based on the story, it came out today at 6:36. They're not saying anything about they're not saying anything about his ribs. They're just saying they beat him, called him, a homo, whatever type of nigga they wanted to call him, threw an unknown chemical substance on him and put a rope around his neck, and he went to the house and called the cops. I don't know why famous people don't carry cell phones, but maybe they broke his phone. Maybe that's what they broke. Maybe they broke his damn cell phone, which is why he had to wait till he got back inside of the house to call the police. Oh, okay, Mika B, you don't have to. How you gonna add? Mika B, don't be like that. You gonna add an exclamation mark for punctuation, but you said you asking a question, but didn't put no. I don't know whether you had a question mark up there or not. But don't be mad at me now. Shit, you didn't have a question mark, but you gonna put an exclamation mark to yell at me. Don't be like that. I didn't know it was a question because you left out the question mark. But nonetheless, they're not talking about the broken ribs here. I don't know what possesses or how you walk all the way to the house with a rope around your neck. But this story has holes in it. Has a couple holes per what he is testifying that, or what his story is as to what actually happened. So we'll see how I already see how they're spinning it, but we'll see how the LGBTQ, how they come out here and further spin it for anybody that has any questions as to anybody that has any questions to what happened here. If everybody gonna be shaming everybody that says anything, asks any questions, then the LGBTQ is on some bullshit, and they normally are, but they'll be on some full-blown bullshit because they know damn well they even got a couple questions. But don't let them shame you into not asking questions, because it almost make it seem like if you ask a question that you're saying fuck homosexuals. Now black folk don't get that type of consideration. Everybody can question our validity, and it's fine. The black community doesn't come out in waves to attack or shame or belittle. Don't nobody come out in waves to defend black. We're always questioned. When the police shoot us, what we do to provoke them. We're always questioned. But the LGBTQ and they'll attack you for questioning and try to shame you. So, it can't be to get Trump out of the White House. I've been trying to think about this shit. It can't be to get Trump out of there. Because this can't be a method anybody would have thought would have worked. That's not going to do it. Even though the black man in this situation is gay, that's not going to be enough. They can continue to say, well, Donald Trump making these races bold. Well, they've been saying it. They've been saying it. That ain't getting Donald Trump about the White House. People in with this MAGA shit, wearing the hats, surrounding people, being openly right. That's not doing anything. That ain't getting them up out of there. Because they the ones put them in there. So I really don't get that part. Right. Mr. Logical said, bro walked 8 blocks with a noose around his neck. Like, who does that? Like, who? Who does that? All the way into your crib. All the way until you call the cops and they get there. You just sitting here with the shit around your neck. It's tough. You out, no cell phone outside with you. No bodyguards, no form of protection. You got money, but you just out walking at 2 in the morning. cold as a bitch, and you just walking. Grandma K said, I believe it. You can believe it. I mean, I can't say he wasn't attacked. I can say I don't know whether he planned the attack on himself or not. I don't know whether it was set up. Somebody might have roughed him up and beat his ass a little bit, threw some bleach on him, put a noose around his neck. Somebody might have did that. But that can't be, it's just holes in it. Kamala, who knows him. Speaking of Kamala, I guess I'll put this right here before we deal with Nick Cannon. Let me go to, they said something in here about Kamala. The report of the attack drew a flood of outrage and support for Smollet on social media. Among the many celebrities and politicians who weighed in was California Senator Kamala Harris, a 2020 Democratic presidential hopeful who knows Smollet. She called the attack outrageous and awful. That ain't all I would have been saying. Like, wait, what? You gotta ask some questions. And the homosexual community has the black people, no pun intended, by the balls. We don't want to say nothing. We don't want to ask certain questions because we don't want to be looked at as homophobic. We cannot let them submit or beat us into submission this way. We just can't. Because we real scared. That's why you'll see all these motherfuckers apologizing. And anytime somebody say something about anything homosexuals, anything, you see black folk apologizing like hell. They can say whatever coon shit they want about black folk. No apology. The communities that get apologized to the most is going to be your LGBTQ and the would-be so-called white Jewish community. That's it. And no apologies coming for us. You see. I want to change subjects real quick. Right. Black Investors Inc. said all those cameras and they saw no one. They ain't seen nothing. They just said they've been going through footage, hours and hours and hours of footage. This man know what time it was when he got attacked. They still ain't seen shit. They ain't seen shit. Interesting. Now, somebody was asking me about Nick Cannon. I had people send me the article or the video of Nick Cannon sitting down with Brother Rizza. Hold on, let me pull. Make sure I ain't. Sitting down with Brother Rizza talking about black love. Brother Rizza is a very intelligent brother, representative of the Nation of Islam. Very intelligent brother. He'll be the reason with the facts. If you see the videos that he makes on Instagram, he'll get on there, go in, hitting you with boom, 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 be going in. Like, he be going all the way in. Brother Rizza with the facts. He does an interview with Nick Cannon. Hold on, let me see if I can, because it was a short clip. Let's see if I can find and actually play it for y'all real quick. Let's see if I got it somewhere here on on YouTube. I'll let y'all hear it. That way, if you haven't heard it yet. Nick Cannon. Let's see. This video, hold on. Hold on, what the fuck? It's called Cannon Class. Now, this video, I didn't know it was this long. The little snippet I saw of it wasn't this long. It wasn't this long at all. But it's a show that Nick got called Cannon Class, and they did a video, I guess interview, and the session was about, do black men love white women more than black women? Let me see.
One of them questions out, let's just get to it. Come beating around the bush. Why I can't be with a white woman?
Hold on. Now y'all heard this shit, right? Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on. Let me turn it up a little bit more. We'll go back. Nick Cannon's immediate issue.
Come beating around the bush. Why I can't be with a white woman?
Why I can't be with a white woman?
That's what he really wanted to ask. That's what I do the whole time. I see, we can leave now.
I don't eat pork, but goddamn the white women. As Jamie Foxx said.
That's true. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, man. That's funny. See, that's really what he wanted to ask the whole time. All right.
Nah, but I mean, we joke and we play, but I mean, the first question when we understand that white people aren't allowed to join the nation, but even when we talk about love, and if love is truly an unconditional thing amongst all people and humanity and the organisms that we are, why? Because the color of someone or the lack of melanin in someone's skin, I can't love that person.
Before Rizza even get into it, this is a question you'll see by people who, you know, this is not a new question. Not a new question. Nick Cannon decided to be Nick Coonan real quick. Now, people will deem Nick Cannon as woke sometimes, you know, based on some of the rhetoric that he has. But, you know, as far as black women is concerned, I haven't seen much. I don't see Nick Cannon with black women. I just don't see it. So his kids, I don't know if they full blown black or not. But Nick Coonan decided to say the same thing everybody be asking. He said that if it's all about love and everybody's under this veil of humanity, everybody's under the umbrella of humanity, why come I can't love a white woman? That's his question. That's what he wants to know. Now, I just wanted y'all to hear that little piece because I'm not gonna play. I can't listen to him sit there and coon like that the whole time. Why can't I love a, if it's all about humans, why come I can't love a white woman? And this question bothers me because when you just break it down to a woman just being white, you're not dealing with the full situation. You're dealing with skin tone, but you're not dealing with the full situation of, like, the question is, why would you want to? That's the better question. For every time I hear black men say or want to justify, or anybody that's doing this swirling shit, black women too, for anybody out here saying this, it's like, well, you know, why would you want to? What do you mean why you can't love a white person? The question is, why do you want to? Based on not only history, not just history, but current day. They're not on the front lines with you at all. They don't stand up for you at all as a black man. Black man and woman understand each other. That's all it is to it. Nobody's saying that you can't necessarily do that. The question always to me is, why do you want to? What about you? And this is only if you identify yourself as a would-be strong black person that's down for the cause. They're not on the front lines with you, and you know that. If you woke, if you conscious, if you claim you care about black people, you know who's with you on the front lines. And it's not white bitches. And it's not white male coons either. It's not the white man and his mama. They're not on the front line with you. They're the reason you having the fight. You see. So the question is, why do you actually want to? What is it in you that makes you want to stand with somebody who don't stand for you? What is it in you now that when you get with this white person, what is in you that makes you ask questions like, well, why can't I love a white person? We all bleed red. We all the human race. What is it in you now that's making you ask this? Because you can tell other people that we are the human race. And I really hate that. Because it's like, black people always want to tell other black people that we are the human race. Don't tell us. Tell them. They're the ones that didn't get the goddamn memo. Why do you have to come out here with that type of rhetoric? I'm going to get to some of y'all's comments in a minute. You know, they're the ones that are fighting against you and been fighting against you based on your skin tone. What are you talking about? Tell them that we all human, motherfucker. Don't come tell us because we questioning you being with somebody white. Don't tell me we all human. That's what we've been trying to convince these motherfuckers of now for forever, right? Hampton said white people not human. But I mean, you get my point, right? Why do black people that swirl like to tell other black people that they're all human? Did we make laws to say y'all couldn't be married at any point in history? Did we do that? Were we the ones killing your black ass if you with a white motherfucker? Did we do that? That wasn't us. So why, why are you talking to us about this? We just try to question what the fuck is going on with you. Well, we all human, right? Love is love, right? God created all of us equally. Don't tell us. Tell them. They lynched you. They responsible for Emmett Till. Why the fuck are you telling black people with a straight face that we all human? We all bleed red. Let me get some of y'all's comments. Grandma K, you're absolutely right. Say we can't forget our history. These dudes, when you talk to the would-be the swirlers, they forget history, and not only just history, present day. Look who on the front lines. Look to the left of you. Look to the right of you. Who's there? You don't have to go back decades, centuries. You ain't got to go nowhere. Look who's there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even know. To me, it's not even a matter of forgetting history. It's like you blind to exactly what's going on. Because just look who's there. Look who's beside you. Look who's standing with you. Look and see who's with you on the front lines. Why would you want to love a white woman? And a lot of them try to hit you with this rhetoric of they just, couldn't help it. I be want to know, like, what the fuck did these white bitches be doing that you couldn't help yourself? Did she put you on the country music or what was it? Take you go canoeing or you horseback ride with these bitches? Like, what do it be that you just couldn't help yourself? What the fuck did she say, really? To where you're talking about loving over your own woman. What do they be doing? I don't understand that shit. How you just fall in love? Was it at first sight? You know. You just saw that, you know, I guess them in slow motion, maybe, you know, I see, you know, in the movies and shit, you know, slow-mo, you know, a white bitch. I remember, what was that, Baywatch or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Titties bouncing, big fake titties and shit. Like, what was it? What'd she say? Y'all go to Panera Bread together? Or it's like, what happened? That you just fell in love? Like, fuck you mean? They might have got him in Panera. I don't know. But the Panera Bread might be some powerful shit. I don't know. Like, heard them got that soup is a fool. I heard. I don't know. I don't know. But you can't be a so-called, you know, woke whether it be conscious, you know, talking about you loving black, and the first question is, why can't you love a white woman since y'all all human and God made us all the same? That can't be your first question. To somebody as intelligent as Rizza, that can't be your first question. I'm sorry. You already know too much. You got one more time to go in on canoeing and Panera. I wasn't trying to. I'm trying to understand how black people fall in love with white people. Like, maybe, think they're cute, maybe. But when you start talking about falling in full-blown love, I'm interested in what they did. I'm very interested in that. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it. Since we in here, we talking about it. Because somebody said Rizza conceded to his point. Let's see what Rizza said.
This thing I can tell you, brother, and how we're talking nation is, of course, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that love is from and of God. Love is superior and supreme and above color. He has absolutely stated this is his actual facts. He will not speak unless it's actual facts.
Right.
So when
the Honorable Louis Farrakhan says that love is above color. That's what he said. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, love is above all color.
To love, that is speaking from a godlike perspective, original perspective, untainted, clean, spotless, without stain or blemish, without any type of destructive past and historical understanding as to why it may be in the best benefit of my people or not of my people. The reason why the white woman, brother, and we can go into the anatomy, we can go into biology, we can go into history, we can go into culture, is not ideal for the black man, is because if you want to have the best of another black man, you have to have a black man and a black woman. You have a black child.
Even though a black man and a white woman can still have a black child.
Now you're doing biology.
Nick Cannon stated that even though a black man and a black man and a white woman can still have a black child.
And they didn't about that, which, by the way, because we have the dominant gene.
Yeah, we have the dominant gene. So
regardless,
a black man is gonna make something else black.
Period.
No matter what you mix them.
Period. Which is cultural, and not cultural, pardon me, which is genetic annihilation.
Right.
Now, see, that's another area.
It's about genetic annihilation.
Come on, yeah. It's like, well, right now,
but we can't like if we're
genetic annihilation is one of the points that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing goes in on. She goes in about that genetic annihilation. She actually suggests that the fact that the white man and his mama know that via our the black man's sperm, they can annihilate white people, and this is what causes them to be so jealous. This is what causes them to have the hate that they have.
Science, as we evolve, we are creating this one race. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna go back to the original.
As we evolve, we're gonna create one race. It's that brown. I call it the brown theory.
So why fight it? Because so really,
why fight it?
Engaging with a white woman, all you is bringing it back home. You're bringing it back home. You're allowing it.
Nick Cannon says engaging with a white woman means you're bringing her back home. Nick Coonan.
Like the original man once again. Now we all gonna be beige in a minute anyway.
Right now, mind you, and now that's down the line. Right now, that's a couple hundred years, 1,000 years.
It's inevitable.
Right. Which is true,
right.
And they see it according to the United States Census Bureau right now. They're saying that by the year 2042, America will be a majority brown country.
Yeah.
They are saying that white people are having more deaths than they are having births.
Yes.
So one perspective for other people would be, listen, I don't.
We gotta save the white folks.
Right.
I gotta be with all the white women so I can save you.
That man said, we have to save the white folks. I got to be with all the white women so I can save them. Now, you don't hear white people getting on public platforms or forums talking about how they want to save black people. You're not going to find that. They may act as though they sympathize with black people's plight. Have their little organizations where they come in and try to undo their own damage. Because that's a trick that, that's a trick that they play on us. They'll create a problem, then come out with some organization that act like they want to fight against the problem. That's what I call white magic. Then they get to look like saviors to us. Like, oh, look at them white folk that gave a fuck about gun violence and opened up a little organization. They do that. That's that white magic. You created a problem. Then you're going to come out here and act like you're doing something big for us because you come out with some little organization. That's that bullshit. Play a little bit more of this shit. I can't take it.
Opposite. I can't be with you because I don't want to kill you.
Yeah, right.
That's true. But in a nation's perspective,
and that's some of their arguments as when we see some of these super conservatives and people in these certain areas.
There's truth
these
to
white nationalists. They just like, yo, we trying to not be extinct.
And there's truth to it. See, and it's so it's like, you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you, white man. I want to be with a black woman. Why? Because I was forbidden from loving you. I couldn't look at you, or else
that's what made me want it even more.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, I can't have you. Look at this.
This dude said because they were killing black men, lynching black men. Emmett Till, a story we're all familiar with, because this was happening. That's what made me want it even more, followed by a coon laugh. Wouldn't the fact that the people that are responsible for this, the women that are giving birth to these white men, wouldn't it be more realistic to say that, well, because these motherfuckers are still just as racist right now as they were then, you motherfuckers, y'all white folk that I'm supposed to, you know, the Nick claiming talking about loving and saving, y'all supposed to do something about that. Deal with your motherfucking people. You love me? I'm not gonna love you if you ain't over here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, shit, that make me want him even more. Cook. Nick Coonan.
Control you.
See, look at this. See, it's terrible. Y'all look at terrible.
And Rizza's able to laugh. Like,
we joke with these.
Rizza's ability to laugh is interesting in this situation. I don't think I'd be able to sit there and laugh like that. I'd be like, nigga. Well, maybe Rizza knew he was gonna say this before he went on there. You know, I don't know. But I wouldn't be able to sit there like Rizza and just laugh along with this nigga. No disrespect to Rizza at all. Very smart brother. But I don't think I could have done it. Not laughing. I'd have been saying some of the same stuff I'm saying to y'all right now. Like, wait a minute, Nick. What? What are you talking about? I'm gonna play a little bit more.
It's real.
One of the reasons why white women are looked at as success. Because in America, we see a white woman, I couldn't have you. My daddy couldn't have, my granddaddy couldn't have. I would get killed even looking at you. People, if they thought I whistled at you, they would murder me, beat me,
he knows all
drag
that.
me down the street. So now, if I play for the NBA, I want them all. and I can afford them all.
So, due to your self-hate and conditioning to look at white women as a trophy, you say when you get into a very high position where you're making a lot of money, you want them all. This mentality starts here. This is going to be me going full. Y'all know how I do a full circle. This starts from our kids. To have this type of mentality, you reach a position where you're making all this money and you want a whole bunch of white women because your people was murdered at one point and still are lynched. I've reported on stories here, even in I want to say it was Bradenboro, North Carolina. There was a black boy. I can't even say he was a full-blown man. He was in high school, fucking with a white woman. They lynched him. Lennon Lacey. Do the research is there. So this didn't stop. They didn't used to kill you for fucking with white bitches. They didn't used to. They'll still do it right now. And they get you tucked off back in the woods far enough. This ain't the past. But again, this mentality is growing, is being raised into our children because we're not framing propaganda. We don't frame seeing all these white bitches on all these magazine covers. We don't frame seeing all these white bitches in these shows. We don't frame that. Our women don't even feel beautiful a lot of times in the face of these white bitches. Because even from little girls, they're not being taught that. I'll let my little girls watch a show. They got some white motherfuckers in it. But I make sure they know every time, you know you way more beautiful than that white woman, right? You know that? I make sure they know. You know you are. Don't let these cameras and all this shit they got on and these lights and the slow motion. All the little princess outfits they put them in. No. You way more beautiful than her. I make sure they know, and that some motherfuckers done told me that that's some racist shit for you to do. I'll be, you call me whatever you want. You can call me whatever you want. But I make sure my sons know they're not more beautiful than black women, and they'll never have your back. My son Nathan turned 7 soon. He don't even fully understand what you mean have my back. They won't fight for you. They never have historically. But I'm still implanting those in their mind. That needs to be there. Because they need to understand that love your own. You don't get to no position where you talking about playing the NBA and your mission in life is to get white. I can't even watch no more of this shit. I can't. That ain't what you do, Nick Coonan. That's not what you do. That's not, if you feel as though, even if he wanted to say that that's the ideology or that's the mentality that black men have, then you talk about how it got there, because you're not born like that. You don't come out of the womb like that. You don't come out of the womb with that type of programming. And you may say, well, black men see these white bitches as success, or they see them as some type of trophy. But you have to discuss, if you're going to have the conversation realistically, you have to discuss how that got in the mind. You have to. Why it's in the mind, why they put it in there. You got to talk about it. I'm going to get some of y'all's comments. I don't get it. I got folk call me racist all the time about some of the lessons I give to my children. They can call me racist. You can call me whatever you want. If the mission is to raise black kids with pride, then we gotta this mentality is coming from somewhere. So I'm ready at all times to no. No. Because you're not going to be able to protect your black child from all forms of propaganda. You can try as much as you want. You won't be able to protect them from all forms, but you can most definitely make sure they can interpret the propaganda properly that will not lead to self-hate, or your daughters hating themselves, or your sons feeling like getting a white bitch is a goddamn trophy. That's the work we have to do as parents. And it don't matter if people gonna call you racist for it. You got to do this work. Because we gotta say the minds of our kids. We have to. We have to. There can't nobody else do that for us. And I'm talking about young. Don't wait till they in high school to tell them they're beautiful. Young. Even if you don't believe they understand it. Even if you don't believe they can even comprehend what you're saying. Even if you're just sitting there with your baby looking at TV and they ain't talking to nothing yet, you still tell them. Constantly. You never stop. Hitman J, you're absolutely right. He says white kids learn racism at a young age because they're not born being like that either. Now, they do have some inherent terroristic, something's wrong with these motherfuckers. Inherently. But when you hear about mass killers and shit like that, they killing their own. They got some inherent sick shit going on with them, but typically they're going to be killing their own. That racist bullshit that comes from their parents. But when black people try to teach our kids something, or even have me saying I teach my kids something, other black people will call me racist. I can't teach my kids that all white people ain't bad. I don't have time for that. If a white person proves themselves to my to one of my children, then fine. But I can't teach them that they all not bad. I can't be instilling that into them. I gotta teach them right here. You can call me racist all you want to, but white folk getting that shit early. Everybody that's not white is inferior to you. All of them are. Their behaviors, their habits, their culture, it's all inferior to you simply because you're white. Don't nobody say shit to white folk. It's only when black people want to instill pride into our kids that somebody's saying something, and typically it's gonna be other black folk. Now, white folk, they're gonna say what they gotta say too. That's why we're dealing with all these coons and shit. Problematic. Jaywan, hold on, let me go back. I lost your comment, brother. Damn. Did you delete it? Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not tripping. Dylan, okay. I can say, okay. Dylan says, Rob, I think there is nothing wrong with loving a white woman, but loving her because she's white is the real issue. And that's what my question still becomes. What are you falling in love with? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got something in common? Because I thought love was, I mean, people make like love just falls out of the fucking sky on people. Like, there's a real white little angel named Cupid, little white angel running around just playing games. Like, we act like that's real. Well, then, to me, the question then becomes like, well, what happened? What did y'all have some shit in common? Y'all grew up the same? You know, I just be having questions as to how you did it. What was in common? What your struggle ain't like their struggle? That what they talking about ain't like what you be. How did it happen? You see what I'm saying? Those are the questions I have. Because we know Cupid ain't real. That nigga ain't out here playing these types of childish ass games, just shooting motherfuckers all willing doing behind the back and shit. This nigga just playing these games. He ain't doing that for real. So then it's a matter of, well, what y'all have in common? What was the love built on? I'm telling you, Panera Bread. Y'all keep playing these games with Panera. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know. Michael Morton says, you people assume racism around every damn corner. You have an inferiority complex. Michael Morton, I don't know whether you are a white coon or a black coon. I have no idea. But here's, you know, for when y'all see bullshit like that, is that even if racism isn't around every corner, it's around most of them motherfuckers. And I'll be damned if I'm going to prepare my children to try to figure out which corner it's behind. I'm not doing that. I got black kids. Don't know what type of kids you got. Have no idea what type of kids you got. But I have black ones. I don't have time to, you know, try to prepare them for some corners. And I want to hear what I've said here, what you just heard me say that will make you comment, you assume racism, you people, that type of rhetoric, to make you say you people assume racism around every corner. What made you say that? That's a good point, Sunnyside. Damn good point. But the only reason that I address some of the would be whether it be a white coon or a black coon, because I know y'all got to deal with them too, just like me. Y'all got to deal with them. So I try to show how you deal with them in front of everybody. I don't mind if he said, I just want to hear, what did I say to make you say that? Let's see if he'll even respond to that. We'll see. Right. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like talking about, you know, if we start talking that black first and love and that's race, you know, racism. Like, no, we have to prepare our kids for your motherfucking racist ass. We don't have a choice. Y'all want to continue to victimize our children, us and our children. And if we do anything to combat you being able to victimize our children, then all of a sudden we look like we racist, but we really prepare them for your motherfucking racist ass. That's the work we have to do. And I know y'all hate it. It ain't many of us doing it. Y'all still threatened by it, though. I got to prepare my kids for your racist ass kids. Why the fuck these black children hearing little white ass kids call them niggers and they ain't never heard that word before? Ugly, dirty nigger. 7 years old. You think I'm gonna tell my kid that, you know, well, don't really worry about that. It ain't all of them. No, I'm gonna say expect it from all these motherfuckers, and if they get out of their goddamn mouth, then you beat their ass. I'll come pick you up. We go eat ice cream or something. That's what I'm doing. That's what we gotta do. That's what we have to do. Right? That's my Marchi Ra says you have to prepare them for other brainwashed black kids. Oh, the work is real, but I'm doing it. It's real. It's real. I have to do that. It's sad. But listening to my oldest daughter tell me how she is able to get into even if there's small forms of, you know, little black coon little kids, which it ain't their fault. I don't blame them for it because they wasn't raised. But hearing her be able to successfully debate them and her telling me the stories of how that shit makes me proud as fuck. I'd be so happy because I know I prepare her for this. I prepared her for them too. That 99% is real. I prepare her for them. Somebody talking about we feed into the division. Like, why don't you get with the motherfuckers that cause the division? Like, stop telling black people that what they feeding and get to the motherfuckers that's doing the goddamn cooking. That doesn't make any sense. Deal with the motherfuckers that, you know, created the beast. I won't even say, I'll take away that cooking. The cooking reference didn't really match. If we are feeding something, talk to the motherfuckers that created the goddamn beast. Stop talking to us. There is no point in reference in history to where there's a reason that you are talking to me like this. That you feed into the division. Nigga, who created it? Talk to them. You think I want to be in this fucking situation where I gotta raise my black kids to fucking be ready to hear a fucking 7-year-old call him a goddamn a nigger? You think I want to do that? You think this fun, motherfucker? I get tired of motherfuckers acting like this shit is fun. This ain't fun. I can't raise my black child carefree and, you know, just running around out here doing anything. I can't do it. They don't get to live that existence in this motherfucking reality because don't nobody want to talk about the goddamn bitch ass motherfucker that created the beast. You want to tell black folk they feeding it. What? You think you gonna shame me like that, motherfucker? Black people don't let nobody shame you like that. Don't let nobody, when the black coons do it, you don't let white coons do it. Don't let them. Don't let them make you feel like you less than. Don't let them make you feel like you are somehow the problem when you were born into this system that was already in place when you got here. We didn't do that. Fuck you talking about? Fuck do people be talking about? I especially hate when black folk talk like this. It's like, how am I feeding into, you know? Come on now. Conscious Coon Killer 22 says, Rob, what is a white coon? I spell white coon with 3 Ks. And those 3 Ks explains exactly what a white coon is. The ignorant, born to be racist motherfuckers. Don't give a fuck. Just racist as fuck. All up at the goddamn Walmart, all up at the Target, bagging groceries, just racist as fuck. They don't really know why. You ask one of them, they can't tell you. Just racist. Have fed into the propaganda they've been getting fed by their parents and this media. Same bullshit that little black coons is created on. It's the same bullshit. I just spell it with 3 Ks. Don't spell it with a C. Spell it with 3 Ks. But it's not my fault that I was born into this system. It's not my child's fault. They were born into this system. But I got to prepare them now for you and yours and this system. Hey, Rob, around the Megyn Kelly, I think you said that we shouldn't be triggered by what they say about us. What can we do without looking like coons or cowards? We shouldn't be triggered by what they say. Because again, when one of these white motherfuckers want to call you a nigger, just to try to bait you into reacting violently so they can say, look, they're crazy. They love to do that shit. They're so violent, you know. So you don't necessarily want to let that be the situation. Typically, if they're going to call you something like that, they're going to a lot of them will try to make physical contact with you. Or they close to you, or they touching you or something. At the point of now if you call me a nigger from your car window, which again, I haven't been called a nigger in my 35 years and going. You do it from your car window and you keep speeding on, you don't chase them down and kill them. You don't. But if you standing this motherfucking close and you working into my personal space, you have to protect your personal space. White folk don't typically believe in personal space. They will. I ain't saying be triggered every time you hear it. Every time you see it typed on a fucking computer and all this shit, these white motherfuckers want to trigger motherfuckers by just calling them, names and shit like that off the computer and shit like that. No. Even when want to call you a nigger from their car window and ride on down the street. No. But if a motherfucker right here in your personal space, making it personal and trying to be brave, you got to bring them down. Because that arrogance came from somewhere too. That type of arrogance comes from somewhere. And we got to fix that shit. We can keep calling these motherfuckers bold, but we got to fix their boldness. You know what I'm saying? We got to fix that boldness. Right. Courtney X said if they touch you, send them to the cemetery. You have to. You gotta have that type of energy inside of you. You have to. That's a good point. Sir Joe says white folk white folk don't care, see us as human beings. And hold on, I don't think you meant to frame it like that. You might have a typo. Unless you meant white folk don't see us as human beings and we need to return that same energy when we're in their presence. I don't pay the motherfuckers no mind, man. I don't go out of my way to, you know, mean, I don't go out of my way to do all that. But when I enter a room, when I enter a white space, they see that, okay, he probably not one of them ones. And I teach my kids to enter a room with confidence. Don't cower. You enter it with confidence. You enter it with your head up. And if them bitches looking at you, look at them back. Because you the original man, woman. They're the goddamn anomaly. They're the goddamn mutation. You enter with confidence. Don't laugh at they jokes if they're not funny. Don't let them disrespect you with no little slick ass jokes. Little racist jokes. Just like this. And look at them in their motherfucking eyes. You got to. You have to. Mad love to Black Rebel. Putting a little love on the motherfucking super chat. Even though you shouldn't, I still got love for you. Y'all want to donate something? Do it through Patreon or do it through my Cash App, which is in the description box. You two be jacking these super chats. They be jacking them. She X says it's very hard to go up against male demons at work every day. It's draining. I can imagine. It can take a lot out of you. Especially when you work around them. A lot of people live around them. And, you know, it's just like, it can be draining if you allow it to be that draining. I just be wanting to. I know work politics is some bullshit. I know it's some bullshit. And it can be draining. It can be draining. And honestly, what it'll cause a lot of us Black people to do is being at work in that environment makes us bitter because we can't be proud. We have to cower. And that wears down on our spirit. So then we go home with that spirit when we get around our Black children or if we live with somebody Black, it can be their brothers, and we take it out on each other. We got to stop that shit. We got to stop doing that because that's no good. That's no good. We gotta stop letting them bitches drain us. Because motherfucker, Black folk at work, there's some Black folk at work that use a whole fake voice all day. 8 hours straight. Let alone you work at OT or something. You using a whole fake voice all day. That shit can wear you down after a while. Having to smile at this motherfucker and they ain't where the fuck they the reason you didn't get the promotion you wanted. You still got to smile at them. That shit can wear you down. And them motherfuckers want to know when you outside why you ain't smiling. Well, damn, I just got out work. I've been fake smiling all day. But Black people don't do that. I made a post about that the other day. When you see other Black people, we have to change that. We got to stop fake smiling at white folk and then mean mugging our own people. We got to stop that. Because we pass that shit right down to our kids and then it grows right up in them. Speak to your own. Be cordial with your own. I ain't saying you got to do no whole big scene, but be cordial. Because you're a fake smile for this, you're a fake smile for the motherfucker whose people are pressing the shit out of you. And then you ain't got no energy left for your own. You ain't got nothing but strife, and not necessarily strife, but I'll say, stale face for your own people. You know, we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop. Xander says, "Don't smile if you don't feel like it. Just say hello." Even that, me, I had a little smile to it. They black. I don't know whether they coons or not, but most black folk be looking at my shirts and stuff like that, or type stuff. Because I wear the type of shit I wear it public all day long. I got my little pins and shit all over everything, whatever it is I'm repping. So I smile at them, even if I don't feel like it. I smile, especially if they look at me and speak. I do. Rayshawn Waiter says, Team Rob, what about the coons at work that feel like you talking another language to them when you speak on black issues, but come get you to check the white man? Cowardice. They don't want you. A lot of black people that even watch a lot of these channels, and I got big respect for people that come on here and speak on the issues and things like that. A lot of black people don't have that courage inside of them, so they'll kind of live vicariously through you. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to try your best to make your energy be contagious as possible. I don't just get on here. I don't want me to be the only one brave enough to stand up to this bullshit. You want that to kind of pass down. But a lot of black people that come on here and watch the would-be so-called pro-black conscious YouTube community, they watch it because they feel that bravery. They feel that courage that you have, and they'll try to use it. They don't have they can't say it themselves. They may even argue with you sometimes because they can't do it. They don't have the heart to do it. But a lot of people can be inspired by you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Because I had to do that work plenty of times. Oh, no, y'all not going to fucking say this around me. Y'all not going to say this around me. I'm not one of those kind. Because you'll have white folk that'll kind of chunk you into a group of black people that they already know ain't really going to stand up. No, you won't get over with that. You won't do that. You won't do that. Not around here. You might try to say it smart, motherfucker. I can get smart with you. What's up? I got education too. What's up? Handsome Truth Mad Love says, thought on Jews censoring the internet, thoughts on Jews running the slave trade, thoughts on 60 Jews arrested 9/11. Jews is another word for white to me. So thought on white people, or even if you want to call them so-called Jews, they just white folk that decided to be under the Jewish religion. That's how I look at it. Thoughts on Jews censoring the internet, I don't really have no thoughts on that. They're trying to suppress the would-be black identity extremist voice. They're trying to suppress other black people from waking up. That's the whole point. They're playing chess. We playing tic-tac-toe. They want to suppress us. If you study COINTELPRO explain why they're trying to censor the internet. They don't want no pro-black shit to get out. And the black identity extremist bullshit is COINTEL 2.0. I personally believe 9/11 was an inside job, but they're about to start censoring videos where they even say that, 9/11 was an inside job, And Jews running the slave trade is white folk running the slave trade. I don't have no thoughts about that. They're white. I don't see white people in my mind. I don't think, oh, that's an Italian. Oh, that's a Polish. Oh, that's a that's a Canadian. Oh, that's a Jew. Oh, I don't do that. White. I don't take the time. And if that makes me ignorant or whatever to you, that's fine. I don't take the time. I just don't. I don't have that type of time. I'm black. I don't have time to go through all of that, And bitches have a tendency to stick together, regardless of whether Italian, Sweden, wherever they from. They be having the same type mindset. You know. Oh, wow. I saw that comment before y'all removed it. Jews have been expelled 359 times. They also got reparations by y'all's black president, Barack Obama. Jews aren't white, homie. They are the seed of the devil. Well, is it all Jewish people? Was Steve Paddock Jewish? Any of these white racist terrorists, are you telling me they all Jews? And I mean, I guess in your interpretation of what a Jew is to you, you telling me all these white terrorists with these Make America Great Again hats on, before that they was wearing Klan robes, the KKK, you know, that organization, the presidents that have had racist policies, all of the governors, mayors, police, all these are Jewish people? I again, to me, this y'all right. Somebody say ignore him. Okay. Okay. I just don't see how, you know, they just got through shooting. I mean, I think it was 3 or 4 white men, or maybe they was Jewish too, you know. They just got through shooting up random ass white folk for no reason. I know white people like to try to divide themselves, like them Jews evil, man, but we good. No, that ain't gonna work on me. I won't say that Jewish people aren't evil. I won't say that they be into some bullshit. But I damn sure ain't say, well, not these white folk over here though. Can't do it. White folk try to distance themselves like that. Well, it's you know, it's really them. You know, no. I don't know that it's all them. Can't really agree with you on that. But I will like to say, because I'm about to get off here. I done got hungry as a bit. Hungry in the motherfucker. I'm about to get out here. I really do appreciate y'all spending this time with me. My real team, the motherfucker that fuck with me for real, mad love to y'all. Because everybody ain't, and that's fine. But motherfuckers that come over here, watch this content, not just for entertainment, but so we can be better in ourselves as people, better in ourselves as parents, better in ourselves as people that's instilling pride into everybody around us. Mad love. The home of practical black consciousness is what we doing over here. You know, I ain't up on no goddamn, you know, trying to be on a high horse over y'all. I'm standing with the people. Trying to get us to, you know, see things. Notice there's propaganda that the gay boy being attacked. I believe that's some stage shit. I do believe that Nick Cannon is now Nick Coonan. We fixed his name. We had to do a little edit. Wasn't hard though. It was close already, you know. But I really, really do appreciate the people that really fuck with me, and the people that will stand up for me when motherfuckers is trying to slander my name, when motherfuckers are trying to talk shit, you know, about me, my kids, or anything like that. People that will stand up for me. I really appreciate that. Motherfuckers gonna be continuing to talk about me, but it is what it is. We're gonna be here trying to better ourselves, better our mentalities, and instill black pride into our children in the face of these goddamn white terrorists, sometimes known as Jews. Bad love, y'all. I'm out.